Hey guys, welcome back. I just want to make a quick note that this video actually came out 3 days after it was supposed to because I had to do a little re-editing and re-recording. So enjoy. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Amazing Gabe back with another video. Today I'm going to discuss, I was gone for a week, and so I'm going to discuss my week at Aviation Challenge, week 40, 2019. So my team name was Sparrow, and my room was USS Eisenhower. So on Sunday we arrived for Aviation Challenge for the first day. When my mom left, I am led to a dome where they discuss PDAs, which is public display of, and the A varies as multiple things, like annoyance, affection. Well, won't talk about that one. Aggression, and so yeah. Later we had position elections, and our position elections were when we had to, like, they called out some positions, like medic team leader, medic 1, security, recon, and they had patrol leader and assistant patrol leader. And so the first one up for grabs was patrol leader. The leader is the head of the group. I decided to go for that one. I told myself to give a noble speech that would encourage everyone to do their best. It just so happened in a 1 out of 8 odds, I actually won the spot, and it was pretty cool. I was excited to lead my team, and it was awesome. So on Monday we talked about patrolling, and if you didn't know, but patrol leader actually has hand motions, and yeah. So the first hand motion was to line up in your patrol lines. So you had to take your hands and do that. That was it, and you had to hold it up high, so it was like that. And so these are mainly for patrolling purposes. And so when we went patrolling, when you wanted the team to stop, give me a sec. When you wanted the team to stop, you put up your right hand and make a fist. That was to halt. And so, also another formation, when you were like walking down a road in a single line, you'd take both of your hands, put 2 fingers up and out. That was the column formation. And so every second person in the line, like every first, third, fifth, seventh, and ninth person, and so on. The first, third, and so on would stay in the original patrol line, but every second person would break off into their own line. And then when you wanted to both lines to get back in one line, you had to do patrolling. All right, another formation, or hand signal rather. After halting, if you were halted for more than 10 seconds, you had to take it down to a knee. And when you want to go, you have to do that twice. It's called forward march. All right. Another formation that we didn't really use was the wedge formation. It was a triangle. And so, like, again, every second person would break off in a diagonal formation, and the others would be in the same diagonal formation. And so this formation is actually used in the real-life military. I asked my mom, and she said that's an actual form in the military. Your strong side would take the light machine gun, and your weak side would take the grenade launcher. For example, if it was a water side and a wood side, you would want your wood side to take the light machine gun, but your water side would take the grenade launcher, because that makes sense, right? On Tuesday, we were introduced to dogfights and the simulators. Now, this was by far the best part of it. For our payload missions, we had the C-17 Globemaster for our payload missions, and the Boeing F-15 SR-71 Blackbird, and the Corsairs. Somebody comment what the number and the letter is for the Corsair, if you know it. Alright. On Wednesday, our field training exercise was next, or FTX. We had to sneak past the guards in a so-called Area 51 at the space campsite because, like, the U.S. Rocket Center and shuttle park, like the space shuttle park, had a patch of land that like connected to each other. So that was noted as Area 51. So we had to sneak past the guards in Area 51 by getting down in prone position and putting your face in the ground to disguise yourself. And I honestly think it was pretty funny because, like, in real life, guards wouldn't do that. And so to escape prison, a double quote unquote, you would have if your other teammates were uncaptured, they would sneak past the guards they would have to tap you on the shoulders, and then you were free. And so we actually failed on the passing the guards at Area 51, and we had to get a quote-unquote electric destabilizer. And I can't remember too much about it, but all I know, it was just like a pad that you had to slide under the X-30, and you had to yell electronic destabilizer placed. But here's the spin-off. The guard turned around every 5 seconds. So it was like almost impossible to get past the guard. And it was extremely crazy. And neither of us could get past the guard. And we get like 4 people, including myself, did not get caught because like we didn't move around a lot, and we like stayed behind the gate. So yeah, it was almost impossible. On Thursday, a famous NASA astronaut had another speaking, and it's gonna be cool. And so he has flown on 4 space shuttles to space. He has had over 692 orbits and flown 17 million miles in space. He's my personal friend, Don Thomas. Dr. Don Thomas is my personal friend, and he has spoken for the past 5 years at NASA Space Camp at the U.S. Rocket Center for all the space camp program. And I've known him for 5 years. He's one of my best friends, and so when I went up to him in person to ask him a question, and this is my quote unquote, Dr. Thomas, who was your inspiration to be an astronaut besides Neil Armstrong? And he thought about it for a while, and he said, it would have been John Glenn. And I could have seen that because John Glenn was like one of the main people in the space race. So I understood that. And then he came back and asked, hey, Arian, who's your inspiration? And I actually had 2 astronauts himself and Robert Hoot Gibson. Me and Robert Gibson have known each other for a while, and if you're watching this, then thank you for the inspiration for me to be a NASA engineer, because I actually do want to be a NASA engineer when I grow up. So that's a cool part. So he even told me, "Hey Arian, when you fly a space shuttle one day, make sure you invite me to your launch." And that was the funniest thing ever, considering that I want to be a NASA engineer. So yeah. And so on Friday we had graduations, and it was awesome. And so when it was pretty cool, because like we all marched in, like everybody in the military would. And so when we halted, one man said, "AC, take your seat," and we had to sit on the concrete ground, because like everybody else was sitting on bleachers, which made perfect sense. And so when we sat down, we were the second team to be called, and so I was it was alphabetical order, so I was called first by last name. And so when I was called, coincidentally, Dr. Thomas was there like every single year, so it's not really a coincidence. And so he gave me a handshake. And note, we have shaken hands 26 times over a span of 5 years. So that's 5 handshakes per year. It's pretty awesome, because like every time we have a conversation, like every third sentence we like shake hands like we're about to leave, but we don't leave. It's pretty funny. So we also, the entire team won an award for what was it? The Flag Award. The Flag Award was an award for the team that got that had the best teamwork out of all the teams in your division, like Mach 1, 2, and 3. I was in Mach 1, considering I'm going to 6th grade next year. And so it was the team that exemplifies teamwork and can bond well as a team. And guess what? That team was Team Sparrow. Before the entire graduation ceremony, a man said, if your team wins an award, then the patrol leader, me, goes to collect that award. And then you took, it's like in school, when you get a test, you took one and passed it down. And so it was pretty awesome. And so at the end of the ceremony and everything, Dr. Thomas gave me a commemorative Ohio quarter from the 50s of the Apollo 11 moon landing. I'll show you that at the end of the video. So after that, I took pictures and I got everyone's contact info. And then we went down to the gift shop, and I saw a few other people from my team at the gift shop. And then, you know the little dog tags that like the people from the military get? I got my own custom-made dog tag from the help of my mom. And then can't really tell what it says, but it says like my name, Aviation Mach 1, June 30th to July 5th, 2019, Huntsville, Alabama. So that's the cool part about it. But what's even cooler is I made my very own dog tag without any help.
And let me try and find it.
Okay, I can't currently find it, but I'll insert a picture at the end of the video along with the other pictures. So, if you enjoyed this video, then smack that smike shmun below and subscribe to hear from more. And then we also have a updated outro for the logos. So yeah, stay tuned for more. Hit the bell, comment, subscribe, like. See you in the next one.